All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, and you're watching SmellGoodz. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit as we run through more of the fragrances that we're all about, that we have an infatuation, addiction, obsession, all those fun things that we simply like to smell good. Nothing wrong with that. You're here. That's what we're about. All right. This hopefully is becoming your channel. If it's not already, it's becoming your channel. One of your go-to destinations as far as fragrance conversations, fragrance reviews, and all that fun stuff. All right, so let's jump into it. Oh, that little thing at the beginning, I got something from YouTube for one of their programs as far as for content creators that are growing and things of that nature. So wanted to use that and tag them in it as a way of thanking YouTube for sending that to your boy. You'll see that in the background going forward. All right, so this video today comes from one of you, the comments that you all leave. I'm really, starting to dig a little more even into the comments that you all leave, because there's ideas in there, there's thoughts in there, there's questions in there that rather than me crafting a full-on, response in the comments, we can do a video on it, right? So one of the questions was my favorite Louis Vuitton clones. So I figured I don't necessarily have a favorite clone. I have a few in my collection that are clones, cover, remixes, impersonations, impressions, whatever you want to call them, of Louis Vuitton fragrances. So I figured let's just run through them. I'll give you my thoughts, give you my takes on them. And this is, again, all of the fragrances that I have in my collection that are takes, inspired buys, whatever you want to call them, on Louis Vuitton. All right, let's jump into it. Let's talk. Probably the one I've had in my collection the longest. The longest is, well, close to the longest, but this one actually replaced a previous one that was a Louis Vuitton clone. It was one that the one I had originally took a long time to get to where it finally got, and it was like, it's okay. It's of a scent that, if we're honest, is maybe a scent that may not be on everybody's radar, or it may not be in everyone's scent profile. It is for me. It works very well for me. But what I'm talking about from Lattafa, this is Alkiem Gold. And now this is their take on Ombre Nomad. So off the bat, if you've smelled Ombre Nomad, it's either you like it or you love it, or you hate it, right? It's really, in my opinion, there's probably no in-betweens. Some people really appreciate the scent profile. Others are like, oh my goodness, that's not for me. I appreciate it. It is an oody, raspberry, leathery type of a fragrance, right? It is a dark fruited fragrance that is not, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. This one right here, though, does it very good, does a good performance and everything of that nature. Gets into space. Not a one-to-one, not a 100% clone or copy, but definitely is in the space and gets you there for the price that you're wanting to pay, as opposed to paying the price that you might need to pay, right? So this is from Lattafa. This is their take on Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomad. Yeah, a nice one. So if you're looking for something, especially coming this fall and winter, this might be something for you to check out if you're into that scent profile. I don't recommend blind buying that scent profile. Find you a Louis Vuitton store, go smell Ombre Nomad, see if it's something you're interested in, or get a decant, do it that way. I don't recommend blind buying it, just because it is not a blind buy worthy or blind buy safe type of a fragrance. All right, so that's the first one. All right, next one up is one, actually I have three of them that are doing their take on Louis Vuitton's Imagination. So these are all the ones that are doing their take on LV's Imagination. And the first one I got that was a take on Imagination was this one. This is from Lodge. This is Carus Blue Spice. Carus Blue Spice. Definitely gets you in the space. Not 100%. I think they get the T note right on this one. So this one is a good one if you're looking for something and you can't find some of the other ones that I bring you to, that I'm telling you about, or maybe you're just like, I want something that's just really quick, really easy to jump into as far as price, as well as just something that I can wear to the gym. I'm not looking to make it my daily driver. This one does it. I think of the three that I have for you, this is probably the most economical. And this is Carus Blue Spice from Cut Lodge. All right. The next one that I have, again, doing its take on LV's Imagination, and one that start of this year, as far as spring, this one, I expected this bottle to be gone by now just because the way I was wearing it, and I've got a pretty hefty dent in it, right? This is one that it does a really good take on it. This was my number one up until the one I'll show you here next. This one is from Al Haramain. This is Amber Oud, and this is Aqua Dubai. This one gets it pretty close. Now, this is pretty close. This longevity, the projection, the sillage, all that fun stuff with this one is there. And that's why this really was the one that I was wearing an awful lot when I felt like reaching for something that was in that imagination space. Especially with, as warm as it gets where I am. This is one that, I was reaching for, and I can show you again. Now, you see all the fragrances behind me. I'm a person that rotates my fragrances. I don't wear the same thing over and over again every day, but there are some days and sometimes where I go through and I'm like, I really want to wear that again. You can see I put a nice dent in it. But this one is, again, Al Haramain Amber Oud Aqua Dubai. And one that if you've not checked it out, this is one that I would recommend checking out as far as a clone, a cover, dupe, rendition, inspired take of Imagination. All right, gets a lot of things right on it. Again, not a one-to-one, but in my opinion, probably runs a little closer than the Carus Blue Spice. All right, and then the one that basically is doing of what I have. Again, this is just my collection of what I have that does the Imagination the best for me is from Joe Milano Game of Spades line. This is Full House. This right here, the freshness of this, the citrus in this, the tea in this, this hits it well. It hits a lot of the high points for me, and it sticks around. This will stick around on me it definitely works throughout the workday for me. This is one that I can wear and know that I don't have to worry about needing to refresh. It's going to do its thing, right? And now I'll tell you, there have been times and days where I have layered the two. I have put these two together. I've layered them just to kind of give it a little, what one is missing, the other one kind of picks up on. But this right here, Game of Spades Full House, you're looking for, at least from my opinion, if you're looking for an Imagination inspired take, this is probably the one that you want to look for. But you can't go wrong with the Aqua Dubai, or as I mentioned, the Carus Blue Spice. All right, so those are the three that I have that do a take of LV's Imagination. All right, the next one I have is doing a take on LV's L'Immensité. Right, so this one is Jean Lo, and this is Immortal Mortell. This one, I know there's ginger. I want to say it's grapefruit, but there's a citrus in here as well. Does a pretty good job of getting in that space of L'Immensité. And last, this, I've gotten good performance out of this. This sticks around, a nice scent bubble, nice projection, nice all around as far as the performance of this. This is really good. Now, I have heard, and my understanding is that there is that this is the reformulation. So Immortal is the reformulation. I think Immortal is the original one. So I'd be curious to see what the major differences are, if there's really a difference in their reformation or what have you. But as far as the one that I have and the one that's available right now, Immortal definitely does a good job of getting that space that I need for L'Immensité, and great scent. All right. Next one up is one that I recently got into my collection and recently did a review on. It is doing its take on Pacific Chill. Now, I will say, I'll tell you that in a moment, but this one is Rare Reef from Afnan. That apricot for me, just it's not a punch in the face. It's like but it's there, right? You get that apricot, you get the juiciness of it, you get I think there's fig in there as well. You get those things. The only thing that right now is missing for me is that mint that I recognize in Pacific Chill. Now, This, I would say, is more of a twist, if you will, on Pacific Chill. I don't think that this one was going for a one-to-one. I don't think they're going for a straight copy of Pacific Chill. This, yeah, I would say that this is more of a twist on it, right? But a good twist if you're wanting something that's in the space of Pacific Chill, and that's your scent that you're looking for. I don't think you can go wrong with it. This is a great smelling scent. Just don't come in thinking that this is an exact copy, a carbon copy of Pacific Chill, because it's not. But it is a great smelling scent that has an inspired DNA, if you will, that is from Pacific Chill. All right. So again, that is Rare Reef from Ombre Nomad. Now, what I was going to mention is I do have another one, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. But from the House of Yomenlale, there is Chillax that does Pacific Chill. The reason I say I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it is because wifey was like, oh, she wanted it. So she got that. Wifey wants, wifey gets. But if you're looking for another Pacific Chill clone, inspired take, what have you, and you're a fan of Yomenlale, you may check out their version as well, because I do know that they have it, and it what I recall, it does get you in the space of it, right? I can't give you full details on it just because it's somewhere in my wife's collection. All right. So last up are, I think that's it. Yeah, the last up that I have are their take on Afternoon Swim, right? So their take on, our two takes on Afternoon Swim by LV. First one up is another one from Lattafa's sub brand, being Maison Alhambra. This is, and it's hard to see because the bottle is a nice dark blue and it's black writing on it, but this is Jean Lo Azure. And this definitely finds me in the space of Afternoon Swim. Definitely gets me there. Just like Immortal is a nice rendition. This is a nice rendition that does the things that you want it to do in that Afternoon Swim. You've got the citruses in it. It's not a longevity beast in any stretch of the imagination, but it definitely does get you there, at least, good part of the workday. This is something you may throw in your drawer or whatever, refresh decently. I don't want to give the impression that it like goes away like after 2 hours, but it doesn't. It makes it through almost a full workday. Right, we'll leave it at that. But this is, again, Jean Lo Azure, and yeah, you've got the orange, you've got the, I think, lemon in it. So yeah, this works. All right. Now, the one that was the first one that I got that was Afternoon Swim, that I look at and say, this is probably more along the lines of a real twist on the Afternoon Swim DNA. And there are some elements that lead me to say it might be a twist of Afternoon Swim mixed with imagination. All right. And we're talking about from Armaf. This is Odyssey Lemon. And this is it's in the space, like I said, primarily of not Pacific Chill, Afternoon Swim, in the space of it. But it is a twist. I would say that there are elements of this that match up with Afternoon Swim and that match up with imagination. Like there's a T note in this that I don't recall being in Afternoon Swim. So this, you can see, where's my nozzle? Okay, atomizer. Yeah, you get the citruses up top very tangibly. I can like taste them, right? I didn't spray it in my mouth, but I can like taste it. And then you do get this T note that is kind of riding the wave on there as well. So, and I'll have to come back to this because when I first got it and was thinking of it as Afternoon Swim, I was like, but I may have to come back to it. May have to give it a little more time, especially now that it's had some time to macerate, time to see. And there are some others that I want to check out from the Odyssey line because I'm hearing some good things about it, even though the bottle, I don't like the bottles. I don't like the whole thermos thing, but I wasn't in that design meeting. So that's it. I think those are all of the clone cover remix interpretations, inspired, whatever you want to call them, that I have that are Louis Vuitton or LVs in my collection. So you can kind of at least be informed as far as what's out there, what you may want to check out, what you may want to avoid, all of those fun things. All right, that's it for this one. Oh, by the way, the t-shirts are available. So the Smell Good or Stay Home t-shirts are now available in the store, in the channel store. So definitely check those out. And then also in the description, there are going to always be discount codes for you to check out. Do me the favor, do me the honor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notification, share. Stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good, and we'll see you next time, next video. Have a great one, be blessed. Peace, deuces, all of that.